Greetings, everyone out there. You will know that it was said that the 5th of October was the date for the case involving Helen Suzman Foundation, others were taking the Department of Home Affairs to the High Court in South Africa. We know that a number of comrades who are holders of ZEP are looking forward to that case. But we've always stated so that we do not claim what does not belong to us, whatever the outcome, that the leadership of the Zimbabwe community in South Africa is not part of the court case. But the members that we lead are looking forward to the court case. We explained in the previous video that we do not want to claim something which is not ours and pretend that it is us who took government to court in case the court case goes in favor of the applicants. We said we will not claim any easy victory. So it's important that we always tell the truth, that we are not involved in the court case. But because many comrades that we lead are looking forward into this court case, it's important that we give an update on what is happening, because the court case was supposed to be heard. The matter was supposed to be heard today, the 5th of October. So there is a letter that the comrades that are comrades from the Zimbabwe Immigration Federation circulated. So I will read it through. It was circulated by comrades from Zimbabwe Immigration Federation. It says, "Dear Sir, on Madam," it's addressed to Helen Suzman Foundation. There's a case number there with Home Affairs, Minister of Home Affairs and others. And then others, there's a consortium for refugees and migrants in South Africa, African Amity NPC, and 29 others, Minister of Home Affairs, Zimbabwe Immigration Federation, and the Minister of Home Affairs, and the 6 others. So there are case numbers there. That's the letter which was written on the 4th of October 2022. It says, I continue, "This communication constitutes the minutes and directives arising out of the further case management meeting held on the 3rd of October 2022. This matter involves 4 different applications, namely Helen Suzman Foundation versus Minister of Home Affairs. The case number is stated. The Consortium for Refugees and Migrants South Africa. The case number is stated. The African Amity NPC and the 29 others versus Minister of Home Affairs and 2 others. The case number is stated there. Zimbabwe Immigration Federation versus Minister of Home Affairs and 6 others. The case number is stated there. It continues, says, following a case management meeting held on 29 July 2022, the Deputy Judge President Lodaba DJP on 8 August 2022 directed that all the above matters be set down as a special motion to be heard together by a full court on 5, 6, and 7 October 2022. This directive was the consent of all the parties. So in other words, the court case was supposed to be heard on the 5th, 6th, and the 7th October 2022. I continue. The parties were directed as follows. 1. In Helen Suzman Foundation versus Minister of Home Affairs and another case, the case number is stated, the minister's answering affidavit was to be filed by no later than 15 August 2022. This was complied with. I have to make a correction there. Then the minister was directed to file heads of argument by no later than 15 September 2022. This was not complied with. The minister's of argument were only filed on 30th September 2022 following a directive by Judge Collins that they be filed by that date. Helen Suzman Foundation was directed to file its replying affidavit by no later than 29 August 2022. This was not complied with as it was commissioned on 5 September 2022 and as such could not have been filed on the 29th of August 2022. Helen Suzman Foundation further directed to file Helen Suzman Foundation was further directed to file its heads of argument by no later than 6 September 2022. This was not complied with as they were filed on 7 September 2022. COMSA was directed to file its replying affidavit by no later than 8 September 2022. This was not complied with as it was only filed on 9 September 2022. COMSA was further directed to file its heads of argument by no later than 13 September 2022. This was not complied with as it was filed on 16 September 2022. The parties were directed by the DJP to file a joint practice note by no later than 27 September 2022. This was not complied with. The joint practice note was only filed on 28 September 2022 after further directives by Judge Collins of 28 September 2022. In keeping with the DJP's practice directive at paragraph 1.3 thereof, the parties alerted the court to the fact that this matter must be heard together with two other matters, namely African Army NPC versus Minister of Home Affairs, the case number is there, and the Zimbabwe Immigration Federation versus Minister of Home Affairs, the case number is there. In addition to the above non-compliance, on 27 September 2022, an application for intervention by All Truck Drivers Forum and the Allied South Africa was launched. The other parties have indicated their intention to oppose this application and to file answering papers if the intervention is granted. Various views were exchanged during this further case management meeting regarding the readiness of the African Army and the TDFASA matters to be heard together with the Helen Suzman application. Even if on the most prevalent approach, consolidation and intervention, applications are filed by the relevant parties on an unpaused basis. It is apparent that compliances in these regards will not be completed by 5 October 2022. It will be an exercise in futility to go through the non-compliance in these other two matters and how to cure them. The long and the short of it is that they are simply not ready for hearing. That much was stated by their legal representatives. The consequence of Ledwaba DJP's directive that the matters before him be heard together resulted in all parties being joined at the hip without any consolidation, including parties that would enter the fray later. It is agreed by almost all parties that it is desirable that all these matters be heard together for the reason of convenience and for practical reasons. Proceeding with the Helen Suzman Foundation application and for the others to be heard separately if and when they arrive for hearing will potentially result in different judgments addressing the same issues. We are not losing sight of the fact that the relief sought is not identical in all cases. The panel has a fair appreciation of the issues for determination in these matters, having read the papers and engaged the parties in this further case management meeting. The degrees of non-compliances in the Helen Suzman Foundation application by all the parties responding thereto, and the state of unreadiness in the other two matters, both on the part of the applicants and the limited time left for the respondents thereto to comply, so leaves us with no option but to conclude that the matter is not ripe for hearing and stands to be postponed. The parties must seek a new date for hearing. So here is the directive for those that have been asking us in our various platforms on whether the case will commence today on the 5th of October. It says, a directive is issued, therefore, that the parties agree and submit a draft order on 5 October 2022, setting out timeframes for the further prosecution of this matter. They must also propose a new date for the hearing subject to its approval by the DJP. It is directed that the application is not to be removed and the cause for 5, 6, and 7 October 2022 be reserved. That's the letter that the comrades from the Zimbabwe Federation, Immigration Federation shared in some of the platforms. So if you were asking yourself on what is happening to the court case brought by Helen Suzman Foundation and others, as I've been reading through, is that initially it was agreed that it was going to be heard on the 5th, 6th, and 7th of October 2022. That matter is now postponed to a future date, depending on what the parties involved will agree on. Otherwise, have a great day. Like we said, we are not part of the court case ourselves as the Zimbabwe community in South Africa, but our members who are holders of ZEP and others, of course, have an interest in this case. So it's important that we keep you informed about any developments that take place. Otherwise, have a great day. Please share this video, subscribe to this YouTube channel, and please like this video. Otherwise, have a great day. Goodbye.